So to preface this trip a little bit, it's different than what my husband and I typically do. So our adult kids are on, two of our three adult kids are on this trip with us. So we have our daughter that's 21 and our middle son that is 25, and they've decided to go on the trip with us, which was something that we were super excited about. But it is different because typically it's just my husband and I on our backpacking trips, and I can talk and kind of, I guess, narrate, if you will, what's going on. This trip is different because usually he's behind me. This trip's a little bit different because my kids are right there with me the whole time. So there's a lot of just kind of constant back and forth talking, and sometimes we're being a little bit silly or ridiculous. But anyway, so I don't know. As far as the narration for this, it's not the best. But I think as far as the video goes and just kind of get an overall feel and vibe for what it's like for a family of four, hopefully you'll get that. All right, first ladder of the day. Breeze is going up it. I guess I'm next.
Watch out for bears.
Lighthouses. I think they said there's two, and you can't go to them anymore because there used to be people that lived on them from the reservation, but you can't go to them now because they said they were deemed the ground under them was unsafe. So
sorry, dropped my trekking pole.
Somebody's whistling.
seriously,
It's Bradley.
Bradley, you know not to whistle in the woods.
Do you really? Oh,
How cute.
it's so cute.
So we have decided to leave Michigan. I'm a little nervous. I'm happy because I think while this weather is beautiful like this, it's good to go on and walk, but also I don't know what the tide situation is. So I'm a little bit nervous about it. We've got another mile. I'm not gonna lie, this makes me nervous. Just because I don't understand or know the tide situation, and it freaks me out a little bit. So yeah, we're walking. So we made it past the bear. We made it one more camp spot over to Darling. And it is definitely adorable. There's one other person I think that's camping here. Brian's found a hammock. There's another spot over here if somebody... Huh? Oh my gosh, how cute is that? I'm so glad we went on. How cute. So that finished up day one for us. We left from Gordon River earlier in the morning, took the West Coast Trail. The bus ride was actually quite a bit longer than I anticipated, but it really wasn't that bad. But we got to Pachena Bay and walked that day to Darling, and it was an absolutely beautiful day, and we really couldn't ask for anything any better. So we are on day two. We camped at Darling last night and had a really good night overall. We did hang up our packs because we saw some moss. Nothing crazy, but we did see a few. So we hung our packs and stuck our poles in the ground. But yeah, I had a good night last night. Got up, kind of a slow morning. We don't have that far of a hike today, I don't think. Maybe 6 or 7 miles to the falls. We'll be on the beach. We like the tides are in our favor today, so we're going to be able to do the beach all the way up to where you have to get back in before you get to the falls. Maybe there's a cable car today. So yeah, day two, not that long of a day. Yeah, so far so good. Our first cable car, I think. So no, it's not a cable car. Oh, it's a bridge. The one that scared of heights. It creaked. And it was scary. No, that is not crossable. Yeah, that's not crossable. But I guess this is what was crossable an hour ago.
I just don't know if there's any way that was crossable now.
Well, I am not going up. That's not crossable for me. Okay. Okay, ain't gonna lie. That last ladder was scary. I'm gonna show you. Ron's on it right now. It was so scary. I'm like shaking. Okay, hold on. Done any morning updates or anything, but this campsite is spread out. We're at the falls, Two-Sit Falls. I always say the falls because I don't probably not saying the word right, but so this is a big camp spot, so we're very spread out. There are a ton of people here, so there's a lot of like no bowlers and so bowlers here, so it's a really good place as far as like having plenty of room to spread out. But today is our first day that we've woken up to like what I would consider like normal West Coast trail conditions. I'll flip it around in just a second and show you, but we had a good night here last night. We got here fairly early, and I felt like we got a good camp spot, and so it was so sunny when we got here and very, very hot, bright blue skies, and it stayed sunny and hot the whole entire time. I packed a bathing suit because to get into the falls, but I was like, I'm 99% sure I will not probably use it, and I stayed in my bathing suit the entire time. As soon as I got here, I changed into it and stayed in it until nighttime, because it was so hot and just beautiful. And a lot of people had like bathing suits on, and like guys had no shirts on, and girls had bathing suits or like a sports bra and shorts. So it was really, really nice. But this morning we've got a chance of rain. We do have service here, which is crazy. We're trying to keep our phones off like all the time, just because our batteries have been going down so quick with videoing and stuff. But the kids turned their phones on last night and had service. So I didn't think we'd have service until like the Narrows area, but I guess we're close enough to maybe Washington that we're picking up service from the U.S. But service is not bad. Like this morning I turned my phone on to look at the weather, and I had like several bars. So anyway, but we're trying to keep them off as much as possible. But anyway, it's showing a little bit of rain, maybe around 11, nothing too crazy, but we definitely woke up to not blue skies this morning, so I should flip around and show you. So this is our view this morning, which is beautiful, but we've got cloudy, dark, kind of gray skies. We had a campfire out there last and we need to get an early morning, early start this morning because we have a really long day today. I think it's around 5 miles to the crab shack, and then after the crab shack, it may be another, let's see, 7 miles, I think. So our goal is to get up and get out of here at 8. I got up really early this morning. I'm sure Brian's aggravated because I got up so early, but I woke up at like 6. I hope that guy's not fixing to pee in the ocean. Yeah, I think not video that. So anyway, I got up early and went ahead and got my stuff packed up, and hopefully we're gonna get out of here in the next few minutes, and well, I'd say in the next 30. I had my alarm set for 7:15, I think, or 7:20. We would like to get up and be out of here by 8 o'clock today, just so we can try to make some decent time. We went back and forth on, are we gonna take the forest route or the beach route? We've heard mixed reviews. I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted. Part of me wants to do the beach, part of me wants to do the inland route, but the thing about the beach route is that there's no shelf to walk on. It's like super rocky and like little pebbles, and it's very, very hard to walk in, and it makes me crazy mad because I make terrible time. But then they said that the inlet route is really tough and terrible in there today. So I don't know. It's just kind of a toss-up. I don't know. I think the kids want to do the beach route. They're way faster at that than what I am or Brian. So anyway, but that's what we're doing today, and we'll be heading off here pretty quick. Well, hopefully pretty quick. In the falls, we can't back that way just a hair. Right there's where you come down. There's the privy. So it's right past those rocks. So yeah, looks like a typical West Coast trail day. This is kind of in my mind. Whenever I thought of this trail, this is what I thought it would look like. And we've had uncannily, like crazy, sunny, beautiful weather. So we woke up this morning to the fog and the kind of a little misty out. They're calling for a little bit of rain, possibly. So yeah, we'll just got on trail. We've got, I think, about 5 miles to the crab shack, something like that. Of course, it's in K here, so I'm just roughly guessing miles. I think we got about 5 miles. So anyway, we're off for the day. And I'll say this, I have slept better on this trail than any trail I have ever been on. And I've done a lot of miles on a lot of different trails. I have slept so good on this trail. 2 really nice privies. have videoed anything today, I don't think, of the trail very much, but it's rained today a little bit for the first time. Nothing crazy, but enough to kind of get the bogs wet and muddy. So we have had some muddy sections to go through, but right now it's kind of leveled back out, and it's been really rooty, and some climbs. I mean, like, honestly, today's the first day that my heart rate's really gotten up, and it's just been for like short little sections. The majority of the difficulty on this trail is just not falling and slipping, especially whenever it's rained. Not with this is like perfectly flat now, but from the crab shack to this point, we're going from Tuset Falls to Cribs today. I think we have about 3.5 miles left, maybe. It's just, especially from Tuset Falls, from the crab shack to where we are, it's just been kind of like not maintained as well. So there's more obstacles and stuff you've got to kind of maneuver, and everything's slick from the rain earlier. But yeah, this is a perfect, now this is just like absolutely perfect. So I thought I'd video this for a minute. Really probably should have videoed the mud and the roots, but when you're dealing with all that, it's kind of hard to video. Oh, I have someone behind me. That would be Bradley, eh? So anyway, I think on this trail it's a given that you're gonna fall at some point. I'm not prone to falling on trail, but I fell and I told the kids that, like, what happens is you're gonna fall at a stupid point, probably, like, where you're having to be really careful. You may not fall, but like where you may be more cautious, but when you get to something just like a stupid place, then you can fall and get hurt. And so we were getting ready to get on the boat at the Narrows to cross to the crab shack, and I was getting on the boat, and somehow I think I slipped on, I don't really know, I really don't know, like maybe something that they tie up to that was like a slick. It all happened so fast, I don't really know, but I think it's all like a silver thing, and I was gonna cross over and get on the boat and slip there, and my foot literally went between like maybe the dock and the boat, and it went all the way up to my hip, like all the way up to my hip on my right leg. I dropped my phone in the water. It was in the water for probably 10 seconds. Okay, hold on. Oh, crap. My foot just got hung between a root. But my phone was probably submerged for like 10 seconds, maybe 15 at the most, and thank the Lord it's fine. But like, I grabbed it, I never took my eyes off of it. But when I fell, my foot went straight down to my hip. I pulled it back, but when I fell, I landed, like, I braced myself with my right hand, and it's fine, but I broke my nail back, my thumbnail back, really short, like way down short in the quick. I think I also maybe cut it, but there was like, I was bleeding, like it was bleeding pretty bad, and like such a horrible pain. So I don't know if I don't know if I cut it, or if it's just literally was bleeding from the, like, jerking it off the finger, like my nail off. But oh my gosh, it hurt so bad. So I just held it in my hand, and it was bleeding. I held it in my hand until I could get some tape. And after like 10 minutes, it quit hurting. So anyway, so that's the tsunami route that if you have a tsunami, they say like you try to within 3 minutes, and we're like, okay, if we're on the beach, there's no way we can get here in 3 minutes. But we've got back onto the beach route, so I'm excited about that, and we'll get to do some more beach walking. Okay, so today has been an adventure for sure. So basically, there was a point that the tide was questionable. We decided to go. It was close. So there was a group that we were with, young group, and they were like, yes, we've done this before, it'll be fun. It come to a point where that we were gonna have to get on some rocks, and I was like, heck no. The kids wanted to go on. Keeping in mind, my kids are 21 and 25. They're not babies. They are adults. But my youngest one, I do baby her somewhat because she's the girl. I have 2 boys. And I didn't want them to really go, but also, I can't just say no and make them feel like idiots that I don't, I was just scared. And so I'm walking up to camp now. Ron's behind me. I see a blue tent. I'm hoping, I think it's them. I think I maybe see her. So they're gonna be a sight for sore eyes. Okay, I'll have to insert what beach we are because I don't know. But it's so cute in here. The beach is kind of lackluster. It's probably out of the campsites that we've been to so far. It's just small, yeah. There's nothing bad about it. Yeah, everybody's all over each other kinda, and it's just very small. But this is the absolute cutest little area. So I guess technically you could camp in here.
I wouldn't want to camp next to the bear box though.
Yeah. No, it's just adorable. There's mine actually getting water. Is it Dare? Is it Dare? No, it's not Dare.
It's past Dare.
Yeah, we went past Dare.
Dare was not walkable.
I can't remember. But anyway, so this privy is out of order, and that privy back there is in great shape. It actually has a really good view. I went to the bathroom a little while ago. It has a nice view.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's just super cute in here. Okay, so I haven't done any wrap-ups, I don't think, from the tent, and but it is 8 o'clock, and I think I'm gonna hit the bed. Ron's already bundled up. I was gonna show you the where we're camping tonight. So earlier, whenever I was showing you the cute privy area with all the little buoys, I couldn't remember where we were. It's Cribs. So anyway, we're at Cribs, and it's a small campsite. Everybody's pretty close. Bathroom is really nice and close, and the bear box is close, which is nice. But I'm going to show you. How do you think today? How was today for you?
It was good. It was a lot more.
The beginning was awesome.
Right. The beach walk was really good, but the interior was a lot more
Rudy and like my heart rate got up a couple of times. Like it was.
Couldn't see like where you were stepping. Where they had cleared the path, but it was all like. So
yeah.
It was like super slow for me to put my feet down, to trust it.
Yeah, it was almost kind of like 2 days in one in a way because of the crab shack. Yeah. So it almost kind of makes you feel like it was such a long day that it almost was like, I don't know, 2 days. Like before the crab shack and then after the crab shack. This morning before the crab shack was awesome. Yeah. It was just beautiful. We got a lot of beach walking in. We were the first people out. So it was like nobody out there. It was just really pretty. Lots of wildlife. And then after, basically, don't you think kind of after the crab shack is kind of when things kind of got worse, like as far as
Yeah.
like, which the maintainers had said that they had done from Tucson.
A kilometer worth of, you know,
I thought they said,
cutting.
did they not say, I thought they said that they had done everything from Tucson to the Crab Shack.
No, it was a mile after the Crab Shack.
Okay, a mile after the Crab Shack. Okay, so.
And he said they had done a kilometer worth
Okay.
of work. It may have
After
been a
Crab.
mile from Crib, so that where everything was cut down, laying on top of the trail. I think that's what they did.
Gotcha. So anyway, it was a beautiful day. Good. It rained on us just a teeny tiny bit, not a lot. And we're in for the night. And I'll show you a view. So I have my door up. Hold on. Yeah, come on. So here we go. This is our view for the night. Like I said, it's a small little area. There's people kind of back there. There's people back this way. But yeah, that's our view. It's pretty. We think the water gets up pretty high, so I don't know. I'm a little nervous about that because I think that's where the water might get to. And really, all of our other sites, the water hasn't gotten up that high. So anyway, so it's been a good day, but it's been like, it was kind of medium tough. But yeah, we're here in for the night. We're looking rough. The thumb, I don't know what that's gonna look like whenever I get it off. It's gonna be terrible. All right, good night. So we are starting day 4. Good morning to day 4. And we are leaving, I think, Cribs, headed towards Walbran or Colot maybe.
But
Not
it may
for-
rain.
But it may rain, which means
We
Colot
probably
would be
should.
out. So the sun's trying to peek out a little bit. Had a good night. It wasn't that windy there. It was pretty good.
I sat around the campfire, me and Brian did
Sat around the campfire.
all night.
And yeah, off today and hopefully have a good day today with not a huge chance of rain, but it looks like tomorrow the rain moves in and it looks like it's going to be staying possibly rainy for the next few days after starting tomorrow. So anyway, we're going to take advantage of the beach this morning and walk it as long as we can and just keep heading south. Okay, we're at camp. It's either Walburn or Walbran, and I'm not for sure which one it is because I've heard people call it both things. But we're here. It has a really nice, the Walburn or Walbran River is right back there. So that's where the cable crossing is. Let's see. No, I can't find it. But the cable crossing is up there somewhere. We were able to get across before we didn't have to do the cable crossing, which is really nice. We had a good day. It started off really good, and then we got caught in a rainstorm and had some sketchy stuff over some rocks, but we made it and we're here, and we would, like I said, the first one's here. So we got the first spot that we kind of come to. We probably could have looked around a little bit. There are some spots in the woods. We also heard there's rats in here. And I don't even like mice, so I'm not really hoping I don't see the rats. But anyway, we met some people that were here last night. They were going Nobo, and they were like super nice, and they said that there were rats here last night. So anyway, we've been in the water. I did a very fast dunk. I found a really cool feather that I think might be an eagle feather. That is like very illegal to have in the United States, so no, I'm not taking that, but I'll show you. It may not be an eagle feather, I don't know. I think it is, but definitely a big bird. So anyway, we're in for the night and getting ready to eat supper.
They told me to just go to the weather app.
Good? Reese, how was your hot chocolate?
It was good.
We camped at Walburn last night. We left this morning. We've got a really, really long day today. It started off raining this morning when we were packing up. We tried to get up early. We were watching the weather. We thought we had about an hour window, but I think it come in early. But it's stopped for now, so that's awesome. We are in the boggy section. They say this section is the one that is honestly the roughest, and we've got a really long day today.
It just keeps going.
So I'm not videoing much because of the mud situation and because of the rain. So, but I'll get Breeze going across this real quick and put my phone up and do my best to stay sort of dry-ish. Good job. So we've put in a really long day today, and honestly, I don't know for sure how much time, like how much longer we have left. I'm gonna say we've got another 5 miles maybe. The section from Walburn, whatever, to Thrasher was horrendous as far as the mud bogs. So far, so we've passed Camper because we're going to Thrasher. So it's not been quite as well, definitely not been as bad so far. So hopefully we'll be able to make up a little bit more time in this next section, which is, I'm talking about from Camper to Thrasher. It sucks because Thrasher is off a K, I think. I think you have to walk a K off trail and a K back, and that next morning obviously. But it doesn't matter because we got to do it. And then also going ahead and pushing forward like this, even though it's been a really tough day, Walburn to Thrasher, it just means that we're able to kind of keep on schedule. So we have an Airbnb that we have booked. I think we're on kilometer 63, by the way. And we're going to 70K. But we have an Airbnb in Sook. So we do not want to miss out on that, obviously. We're going to stay 2 days in Sook. And so going on to Thrasher today enables us, even though it's a terribly long day in the conditions, it allows us to, get out on time before the last, from Thrasher to Gordon River. The mileage allows us to be able to get out tomorrow. So we can get our Airbnb. We'll stay in Souk for 2 days. It has a hot tub, running water, all the great amenities. So everyone is motivated to knock this out. This last, like I said, I don't know, maybe 5 more miles. I'm not really for sure. 8K, 9, 10, 7K out and get done. That way we can get out and enjoy some of just the island. So anyway, my kids have stopped, so I'm going to turn this off. At this point on, as the day got later, I really did not do much videoing. Between the roots and the mud and the climbs, the ups, the downs, the rocks, it's pretty sketchy for somebody with short legs. I've hiked a lot of many miles on the Appalachian Trail and Spain, just all over. I've done lots of hiking and lots of physicality. This one is definitely a challenge, this section per se. Up until this point, I would rate it pretty easy, but this was a tough section. It rained on us quite a bit. We were cold. It took us about 3 hours longer than we anticipated, and I'm pretty good at kind of guessing our time depending on our pace. Our pace got slowed down so much. This is definitely a section that I would try to shorten somehow. Again, we didn't do that on purpose. It just kind of ended up happening that we had to push on that day. So anyway, definitely I would reconsider that. I would not go from Walburn to Thrasher again, but we made it to camp. It was getting dark and we were cold. The kids made it there about 30 minutes before we did, but we all got there safely and got in our tents and warmed up quite a bit and had hot chocolate because it was cold. It started a downpour at that point, and we were just thankful to be there that night. We stayed last night at Thrasher. It is a 1K off trail. I thought about that. Bunnies are having tea when we see the clouds like that. That's what that means. The bunnies are having tea. You see it up there?
Oh, yeah.
Got a pretty. We survived yesterday.
Barely. I'm ready to go eat some fish and shit.
Me too. So we did from Walburn to Thrasher. I would not recommend. And
How sandy was all your stuff in the tent?
I'm being serious on, like, I would not recommend that at all. It really, we didn't mean for it to happen. It's just the way things worked out. So it was a bad long day yesterday. But anyway, we're all happy and everybody's in good spirits this morning. This is Thrasher. As you can tell, the tide gets up pretty high. There are also some camp spots up in the woods. But anyway, we are all starving and ready to go over there to Port Renfrew. So we've got about a 6K maybe, something like that. So hopefully the train is not as bad and the mud is not as bad as what we experienced yesterday, and we'll get out of here.